Okay, I know it's been a while. I've been busy with life, but I'm back today. Hopefully later in the future I can get a better PC to help improve the quality of the videos and streams I put out. Anyways, let's talk about Furina, arguably one of the most game-changing units in all of Genshin's history. So what exactly does she do? I'll explain the important parts of her kit. She has two forms, one that heals and one that does damage, light and dark respectively, and she can change between the two forms by using her charge attack. We'll focus more towards the damage side of her kit since it offers more interesting supportive value to the team. Building Furina as a healer doesn't really do a very effective job at healing since it only heals one character on field, and she can't generate energy, which is a very important part of her kit since her burst is really important. And also, there are just better healers. Her skill summons 3 pets. Whenever they attack, they will consume a set amount of HP from your entire party. If a character's HP is more than 50%, their HP will be consumed, and will allow the pets to deal additional damage based on how many characters have more than 50% HP. Furina's burst gives one of the highest universal damage boosts in the entire game. I believe this damage boost is higher than the one that Kazuha gives, but I could be wrong. The effect will increase based on the amount of fanfare stacks, which depend on how much HP is gained or lost. It also affects the incoming healing bonus, which will also help gain more fanfare stacks. It's important to build Furina with a lot of HP since her talent skill with that same stat. It can also indirectly affect the amount of fanfare stacks you get because Furina also consumes her own HP. So why does this make Furina unique? Her HP drain mechanic opens up so many team building possibilities. Although HP drain isn't a completely new mechanic, especially with the release of recent Fontaine characters, her HP drain is team-wide. So this means two things. Your team is a lot more squishy, and healers have suddenly gotten a lot more value. Before Furina's released, it wasn't a necessity to have a healer since shields and dodging exist. You could get away without running a healer if you had a lot of experience with team building and mechanics. However, Furina's release has changed this philosophy by quite a lot. Although you can run a single shield with Furina, it's generally not recommended to do so. More often than not, you either run a shield character or a single healer in the team. If you run both, that could potentially lead to a loss in offensive support. Shields obviously do not heal you. Well, at least for most of the time. If you run a shield character instead of a healer, it becomes much harder to gain fanfare stacks, and Furina's damage output will be significantly reduced. Furina introduced a meta where healers became a lot more valuable since fanfare stacks and survivability are a vital part to building her. Since Furina's HP mechanic is team-wide, certain characters got a lot more value out of her than others. While Kuki, Bennett, and Kokomi are good supports, they mainly healed the active and on-field character, and yes, I do know Kokomi can team-wide heal, it's just not really recommended since she does have to be on-field to do so. The reason why we saw the usage rate of Jean and Baiju skyrocket when Furina released is because they have the ability to heal the entire team all at once. Furina rewards players for healing their team by giving fanfare stacks. She opened up so many team building options to the community, which makes her a very flexible unit, and I really value flexibility. As a Xiao main, I really like having to run Furina instead of Bennett since I don't have to worry about standing inside of a single circle. The best part about this is that you can have 100% uptime on her skill and burst. Although fanfare stacks do reset every time you use her burst, with proper rotations it won't be an issue since Furina will constantly drain HP with her skill, and team-wide healing is really nice to have since it gives a big number of fanfare stacks. One last important thing I should mention is that Furina will allow every DPS in the game to run the Marechaussee Hunter set, which is very valuable since it essentially gives a large amount of crit rate for free. It's basically like a better version of Blizzard. So yeah guys, that's Furina for you. I highly recommend getting a copy of her if you don't have her already. As someone who has been using her since day one, she's been very helpful with team building, and there are so many team options that can benefit from her talent. I'm also very glad I got her C1 for the first banner, since you can gain more fanfare stacks that way. And it's not really a necessity to have her C1, obviously, but it is nice to have. It's not a make or break type of decision to have her C1. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I would really appreciate a sub and like if you enjoyed the video. Good luck to everyone pulling on a rerun. Have a good night and day wherever you're at, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace and take care.